most of the time. So FaZe making a good gamble. They've even pushed Palace off of Rain. So NIP sat outside of A right now could be once again walking into this stack, and it could cost them everything. Could even cost them the series, right? Because if this ends here, Train, that's a good map for FaZe. It's a map they could take. Predictions out the window if we go to a third, I think, at that point. NIP splitting A. They're walking into this four-man setup. Let's see if it's a problem.
Yeah, I really think Rain could be the problem or the answer for FaZe, depending on how you look at it.
Well, he just got a ton of information by that,
he hears the nades, and now he knows no one has considered Palace. A nice deke from NiKo. This could be how it all falls apart. Plopski, though, we needed a hero for NIP, and he might look to be exactly that. Cold, still inside of the site. Rain's flank could tear this whole round away, but Twist!
Wow.
He had an inkling, he had a sense, he had an urge, and Plopski's followed up as well. Olaf 5 meters, and we're going to overtime. NIP, they get a 15th on the board. Plopski with some stellar trigger work to get them into this round. NiKo opens it up, and normally when this has happened for FaZe, when they take the first kill in these 4-spy rounds, it can all fall apart for NIP, and it has done many a time before. But Plopski and Twist, the two saviors of NIP, they've kept the dream alive on Mirage.
Especially the kill in the Rain coming in from the backside on his, what was a Halls push or Palace push. And then you talk about coldzera, who was in the site. He was a guy that...
NIP was so ready for that stack. After you kill like 2 or 3 players, you go, yeah, okay, they've just full stacked this bomb site. They're all here. Clear everything. Check every corner. Look at every smoke. Watch your back. Don't make a mistake. And NIP don't. They clear everything. And that's really, really heads-up play because FaZe have beaten them with those A stacks. In fact, prior to NIP making this OT, FaZe were 9-2 in this half. 9 CT rounds to the 2 T rounds of NIP. Then at 15-11, NIP win 4 in a row to get us here. They come alive right at the most important point in the match. And this is now the most important point in the match. NIP fighting for a 2-0. FaZe fighting for a third. Who will come out on top? NIP right now looking towards B. Cold's up in the ladder room. We got another cat player. Cold, dink, but no kill. Letgrow still stands. Olaf is going to reaggress. They won't be ready for this, but they got 2 here. They can trade it. Even with the damage done, Rez gets away with a frag. NiKo on a fast rotation. Molly to stop the bomb plant, but it doesn't matter. They've got the kill, and that's what is going to put NIP in a 4-on-2, even with a lurk in the window, cutting off rotations. Right now, FaZe are thinking about saving.
The money we're looking at here to start this OT out with, 10K a piece per side. Some tournaments elect for 16K, which you wouldn't be seeing a whole lot of saves in that notion, but it's not what we have here. So yeah, save on the cards for FaZe, 16 for NIP, back-to-back rounds even. And ultimately, if you look at the first half of play here, if you just scroll back to the timeline, it really was not that many rounds for the side of Ninjas of Pajamas in the second half, at least.
No, also, you touched upon like the difference in the overtime money. I'm one of the people who prefers 10K to 16K, but I still don't think 10K is the right answer. Like, it's a weird
somewhere in the middle of that.
12.5 is the best.
12.5, not played. Castle tournament 12.5 years ago, and that was excellent. You had just the right amount of orbs. You didn't have any saves. You also didn't have auto snipers every round.
The other reason that I like it is like those 2v4s, I think are rounds that you shouldn't want to attempt in overtime. I like that, right? Because if you have 16K, you just go for every clutch. Because, like, you know, maybe you do it, maybe you don't. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, whereas this still does. And Rain shut down over here in middle. Well, oh my word, FaZe, they try to pick up the pace, but it's not exactly gone in their favor. Brokey will deliver one over from Catwalk. It's still the man advantage residing with NIP. They're trying to decide who boosts who, and Brokey's like, I have the AWP. And then Cold says, yeah, but I'm coldzera. And then Brokey goes, yeah, to be fair, mate, fair play. You go on, then you can go off on the boost. And now he's up here, peeking over with this M4. Rez trying to get the information over at Catside, didn't spot anything, but he has secured a foothold in window, and quite the foothold at that. This fight between NiKo and North, the battle of the boys in Palace, could decide a hell of a lot in this game.
Oh my God.
As now there's still a presence in A. NiKo is ready and waiting, but Rez beats him to the punch, and this A site now belongs to NIP. We're looking at Brokey, we're looking at Cold. It's the two that assembled this boost over at Catwalk. The Boost brothers that now have to try and salvage this round for FaZe.
And they've been heard. The scope's up, and Rez is in the jungle. He's down. He's already out. coldzera coming in on the flank, and the bomb hasn't even been planted. This is more than winnable for the FaZe clan. They have the time in their favor. They have the shot through the wall. It connects, but the repeak is there. Plopsky goes wide and finds Brokey, leaving Cold alone, cut off by a molly. There's a second one as well. Plopsky has flashes that he can throw for Twist, but he's on the site and not really wanting to be caught without his gun in hand. We'll probably just look for the killing blow. coldzera has a Molotov as well. There's the first kill. Down to 2 bullets, though. He has to hit the immediate headshot. This one is done, and Plopsky's going to find it in the clutch. This guy, again, never gives up, never gives in, and is always finding frags for NIP. 27 kills on Plopsky and 17 to 15.
You've got to pour your heart out for Brokey right there. He gets the wall bang on the default in the site, and moreover, looking at this shot from NiKo, that's disturbing almost to me.
So ready.
That's something that happens to me, and you're instantly reported. I don't even care what platform it is. It's happening.
Yeah, I mean, so ready for that position. And NiKo, it's got to feel rough, you know, 24 kills, still not enough for FaZe clan here. Might be a flawless T-side for NIP, and considering how this half started in regulation with FaZe 9 and 2 up in CT to T rounds, well, this is quite the turnaround. Well, this would be 7 in a row, right? Because they found 4 in regulation to get to OT. They took an eco, they gave FaZe 15, and then they fought back. And that's why teams do that, right? That's why you don't force every time. Sometimes it's worth waiting for the rifle rounds because you can come alive and you can build off your momentum. And NIP have done that and more. FaZe, last round of the half, any solution here would be nice. NiKo's push Palace. Similar to how Rain did the other round, he's not going to overstep, and rightly so, because Nork is watching from the spawn.
Yeah, I'm still just bamboozled by the shot NiKo hit. I don't know. I felt that one all the way to my very core. Good grief.
I still can't believe the route in which we got to this overtime. Like, even when you think about Twist having that like moment of clairvoyance to check the backline and deal with Rain in round 30. NIP, man, it took them to get to an overtime, but they've just come alive in these last few rounds. Cold, though, the master of life and death, and he elects to hand out the second high in supply. Olof trying to keep tabs on the apartments. Brokey is here, and he's actually scoped on his teammate, maybe having a moment where he's thinking about NIP being NIP's biggest fan. Twist.
He tried to get down quietly. There was just too many eyeballs on him, and it's coldzera with the last kill. I think that was 3 for him. The magic number is 19, ladies and gentlemen. If NIP get to 19, they will win this series. They will send FaZe Clan down into that lower bracket. Of course, the FaZe Clan net 19 or push us to another OT first. We will then go on into Train, where the series will be settled on that 3rd map. Now, interestingly enough, you say, well, okay, Trace, but if they win here, who do they play? Well, they play either Astralis or G2, depending who wins that. Well, what happens if they lose? Well, Vitality's already waiting in the lower semifinals. So what else do you want to know?
Mate, why do they even pay us to be here? Like, why don't you just do the whole show with
But Harry, why would you do that? Hey, man.
Your vocal talents, Trace, are impressing us. Now, can FaZe T-side impress us even further? That's the question. They look pretty good on this in the first half of play. And now more than ever, they've got to try and bring the heat. Smoke over into window to try and assert some dominance into mid. Twist is here with this AWP, and Nork has got one as well. But this double AWP investment comes at a cost to NIP. We'll only see the ramifications of that as this second half of OT continues to progress. Twist having to keep his eye on both connector and window. You don't envy this position. And we saw these con wraps causing some troubles for NIP in the first half. But this time it's Twist once again. Channeling is in a spiritual medium. Rain tapping down one, does offer up one kill and then burns in the flames.
He was calling for a flashbang from Cold, and that flash comes late, so Rain doesn't want to swing, but instead he just burns in the fire. Maybe he should have gone early on his own, and right now on his own is exactly where Brokey finds himself, dead as well. 18 to NIP, match series point.
Even semi-final point.
You're damn right,
upper
Trace.
semi. You go into the upper final, I guess is more appropriate terminology.
Yeah, and then the winner of that straight to the final.
Which is Sunday.
Correct. A best of 5 in EU, if I'm correct, Trace.
Well, if you are, then I guess there's no more corrections that need to be done. But Trace, What if you win? Wouldn't that be weird? Why? So you guys can, never mind.
Just lie to get him here.
I suppose.
So you could just sit him here next to Harry Russell.
Harry Russell.
That guy.
I see Connor and Lawless. I'm going to switch me chairs.
So I can hear about.
We should get off.
Yeah, we should
NIP.
really call it there, of course. Really come down to the wire. NIP on the point of contention here of winning this series, Harry.
Yeah.
This could be it.
This is versus an undefeated FaZe clan in the
Yes.
group stage, right? This is on Mirage, a map that has looked incredible for FaZe. They were on an 8-map win streak on this map, and it might come to a head. It might come to a close here and now versus these Swedish boys. Who would have thought it? NIP about to do the damage in a 2-0 victory unless FaZe could right their wrongs and lock in a double overtime affair, even if they get these next 2 rounds. That's not to say that Train is guaranteed. That's not to say that FaZe is still alive in this series. That would just be for another overtime and a chance to run it back again. FaZe setting up over in the B apartments. 2 players here for NIP. It's Nork and it's Plopsky. Quite the duo to run into at this B bomb site. The rotations, however, likely going to take a while. Twist looking like he's going to reposition in through CT, and that leaves him even further from this B bomb site. If these 2 incumbent players here for NIP don't deal damage, if they don't trade evenly, then this round could be dead to rights on the back of it.
The rush is in, and the flashes will follow. Plopsky's going to smoke his site. Oh dear, 2-man advantage immediately into the bomb site. Olaf is burning. He swapped position as he gets towards the bench. Down to 50. Brokey with another kill. This AWP in the post spawn could be so versatile. FaZe just need that plant. And Nico, he's getting all the kills behind it. Oh dear, how is this falling apart? This is a 5-on-3 for NIP, and now they have their backs up against the wall. Lekr0 looking into the site. Bit of a spray damage. Not finding anything. FaZe have tucked in here as they try and get this bomb planted. It's going to force Lekr0 out. If anything, FaZe are trapped, but it does give them good trade potential here as they just sit inside of the site.
They don't know that both players are in the market, and Lekr0's already out. Rez has combined with another, and now it's Nico. 1v1 clutch versus Lekr0 on the other side. That nade has done so much damage. Nico's going to land the one tap, and oh boy, does he do it. Oh, whoa, FaZe, 17 on the board, and they take the oxygen out of my lungs. Nico, man, incredible. His 29th kill in the game.
Mad.
And just so confident that he was going to land it. That had to be a one-tap or else it was done. And Nico.
That was impressive.
That was incredible.
He's 16 health. Like you said, it has to be a one-tap. Any other way, Lekr0 kills him. And Nico, oh dear. He does it again.
What can you do? That was a twist of events right there that nobody expected.
What a legend.
But still, NIP are at the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, they're both there, right? FaZe, they're coming in second place right now, but they can still overtake NIP on that next lap. Looking for 18. It would start us off again. It would reignite the overtimes.
I just, you know, with that, all it takes is a one-click like that to reinvigorate, to find that second OT. And it's very possible. I would not be surprised at all if FaZe Clan push us to another OT. But NIP do still have the opportunity to end it here, Hugo Byron.
Twist waiting in the palace. This push got him a kill in the pass versus Nico, but is Cold ready for it? Ooh, it actually was Cold last time rather. So the same fight, and Cold is a little more aware this time. Oh dear, the bomb's been dropped. It goes onto the stairwell. That's a dangerous risk. Luckily the kills come behind it. Olaf Reign and Cold with a killer piece. This AWP is dead if it comes through the hole. And Olaf is waiting on the other side, leaving Plopsky in a 1-on-4. 1-on-3 now, but still surely unattainable.
Pack it up. Let's go to another OT. Plopsky, I know you've been hitting some shots, 29 and 22, but this is a pretty tall order, man. So good luck to you. The bomb's planted in the A site. He slips in past the smoke at the top of connector, checks jungle, checks the window. But fear not, FaZe Clan, they've dug in. They're in the trenches here. And now with that shot, they know exactly where Plopsky is. Taps the bomb, little does he know. Rain, right behind you. Old Howie. Big Howie, the architect